Gal Gadot is back in Fast X. She's coming back, and of course, now we know Fast and Furious as the fake Death cinematic universe. So the director's confirming that Gal Gadot's character, known as Giselle, is returning in Fast and Furious X, or otherwise known as Fast X. This is coming from their sources, and they're bringing back another dead character. This isn't the first time they do this. Of course, they did this with Hans in the previous Fast 9 movie, and it seems like they're doing that with Paul Walker's character Brian. Apparently, there's a lot of rumors saying that Brian is coming back for this movie, and I don't know what to say. Now, to be fair, Han had the far more gruesome death out of all of them. You could get away with Giselle probably went into a coma, maybe, because she kind of dies off screen. It's hinted that she dies. So what happens is she falls back on the car. Obviously, how seeing another guy trying to kill Han, she decides to let go so that way Han can fight that guy. And they don't show you her dying, and that's one of the number one rules in movies. The number one rule is if you don't see a character die, that more than likely means they don't die, but it's always been assumed that. So I guess they could get away with it, but I still don't know how a human being can survive. No helmet, no padding, no nothing. They can survive just falling on a fast speeding car going 100 miles per hour and surviving that. I don't know how, but to be fair, everyone thought Han was dead in Fast 7 after his car exploded because, of course, Jason Statham, Deckard Shaw had killed him, and then they had to retcon that and say, hey, this character is actually alive. Now, this time, you can't fake that. We know Giselle did fall out the car. Because with Fast 9, you could get away with, well, you didn't really see Han die. Which, to me, I love Han. Han's one of my favorite characters in the entire franchise, but I just never got the idea of how the fuck they were able to fake that. Like, was Deckard Shaw in it? Deckard Shaw is a well-known assassin. How the heck is he all of a sudden not knowing that his target wasn't actually in the vehicle, and they had to fake his death? And I thought it was just so done so stupid, where it was just quickly they were like, oh yeah, I survived. Oh, but now I'm gonna reveal to everyone I'm alive just now. Which, I don't know, to me it just didn't sit right with me. But with Giselle, you could get away with it in another way. Now this does make sense because, of course, we know Giselle, Gal Gadot, we know she is not playing Wonder Woman, at least for the foreseeable future, and so she's unemployed. And not only that, but ever since Fast 6, ever since that movie came out, Gal Gadot's had an amazing career. She got to play Wonder Woman. She got to be in Red Notice. She got to be in Death of the Nile, although that not a very good showing for not just her, but for co-stars who weren't able to bask in the glory of what that film could have been. But still, her career has just tremendously taken off ever since this movie. And while I'm excited, I'm a big Fast and Furious fan. While I'm excited for Fast X, the last movie still has that sour taste, and one of the reasons was Han's return. I love Han returning, but I just don't get having such a stupid return. One of the problems with bringing back characters this consistently is death means nothing anymore. Now with Brian, you can't. I'm fine with Brian coming back because Brian isn't dead. From Fast 7, they just said that he retired. He's with his wife. He's with his kids. He's just kind of resting. And so that one makes sense. With Han and Giselle, they were both presumed dead, but now they're being brought back. And they did the same thing with Michelle Rodriguez. I can't remember her character's name. Sometimes I tend to forget the characters' names, but she was presumed dead for a while. Then they brought her back. So that title of Marvel Fake Dead Cinematic Universe, that doesn't go to Marvel anymore. That now goes to Fast and Furious because they keep bringing back characters. And one thing that worries me about this is death means nothing. And that was my issue with Fast 9. That Fast and Furious has gone so beyond stupid that now no matter what happens, the characters could be going to space. They could have a car with a rocket launcher. They could be swinging from car like fucking Tarzan across the mountains and fighting the world's greatest assassins. No matter what happens, I don't fear death anymore. And that's one of the things I love about action movies, is the fear that these characters could fail and not do the impossible that they always knew. And while I love the Fast and Furious movies, the one movie I didn't like was Fast 9. And one of the reasons is because for years, Fast and Furious has kind of gone borderline crazy, borderline stupid. And they would do stupid things like dragging that vault in Fast 5. But then you got Fast 9, and they were just like, you know what, let's hit the gas pedal and just go full throttle on this shit. And that's my worry with Fast X. You know, you already have a star-studded cast. You got Brie Larson, Jason Momoa. Obviously, that means that Gal Gadot wouldn't be the only Justice League member in the movie. But I'm really concerned about just bringing back characters. One of the things I love about James Gunn's Suicide Squad, and I know that's random, why am I bringing up that movie? One of the reasons why I love that movie is because every second within that movie, they keep telling you that at any moment, any character can die. The beginning of the movie literally starts with multiple characters dying and you being just shocked that all these characters die. And then throughout the film, spoiler alert, you have other characters dying. You had Rick Flag dying. At one point, it was presumed Peacemaker was dead. And then Polka Dot Man died. You know, characters you come to love throughout the film were confirmed dead. Well, one of them wasn't, obviously Peacemaker. But that's what I love about the Suicide Squad, because at any moment, whether it was Bloodsport, whether it was Harley Quinn, whether it was any other character, you felt fear that at any second, any character could die. I literally remember there was a scene in Suicide Squad where all those blood-sucking little animals were sucking on King Shark, and all I kept thinking was like, no, they cannot be killing Nanaue. They cannot be killing King Shark. Please do not kill King Shark. And then he came back, and I was at, like, that's what James Gunn was able to do with that film, where I genuinely thought that this character was going to die, so I felt bigger relief when they didn't. But with Fast and Furious constantly bringing back dead characters or characters that we didn't expect to come back, you're going to diminish it. Now, to be fair, this is the final Fast and Furious movie, and I'm assuming that what they're trying to do is have this big endgame style where all these legacy characters are back on the big screen. You could already see in Fast 9, they had brought back characters from Tokyo Drift. You had Han come back, and you saw this big reunion for the characters. And I'm assuming that's what they're trying to do even more with the final Fast movies. In fact, I guarantee you John Cena is going to be coming back, and he's going to help Dominic Toretto. And while I love these movies and I'm going to be looking forward to the next two final movies, I just can't help but to wonder, why do we keep coming back to the past? And while I thought Giselle was a good character, and I think Gal Gadot is a wonderful actress, I don't get why constantly bring back these dead characters, because now death feels diminished, and especially in a universe where these are supposed to be normal human beings. Dominic Toretto literally started off as just some mechanic who's really good at street racing. Now all of a sudden he's punching assassins and he's saving the world. And at some point, it just gets beyond stupid. That you probably, because I will say this right now, if the next Fast movie, Fast X, if this movie turns out being just as bad as Fast 9, I'm not going to be there for the final movie. Now, to be fair, I think either way these movies are going to succeed. I guarantee you at least one or the other, because there's two last movies, one or the other, one of them is going to make $1 billion. I guarantee you that. I mean, Fast 9 made a lot of money during a pandemic, and that was impressive. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Whatever it is you guys think, let us know in the comment section down below. Let me know. Do you agree? Disagree? Do you like Giselle's return? Whatever it is, let us know in the comment section down below. And I'll see y'all next time.